This is the WJTS News. In tonight's news, Purdue Extension holds its annual meeting Saturday morning. Ferdinand police investigate a theft at the Ferdinand Comfort Inn. The Ireland Parade winners are announced. And in sports, Kurt Guxell reviews Forest Park's Semi-State Championship from Saturday. Joy Holt talks with Jasper Mayor Terry Seitz on Monday with the mayor. Plus, WJTS Tonight will feature a kitchen clip from Purdue Extension. Good evening, I'm Bill Potter with the WJTS News. Ferdinand police are asking for the public's help as they look into a theft they say took place at the Comfort Inn in Ferdinand over the weekend. Police say an undetermined amount of money was reported to have been taken from the hotel on Saturday morning. They believe a male took the money from its locked location by forcing the lock open and making off with the money. Police believe the suspect was driving a dark-colored General Motors type pickup truck, possibly a late 1990s model, with a camper on the back. Police say no arrests have been made in regards to this incident and that their investigation is continuing and have no other information at this time. Anyone with information regarding the case is asked to contact the Ferdinand Police at 812-367-1806, 367-1806. Ferdinand police are also investigating the theft of lottery tickets at the Southside Circle A in Ferdinand following a Saturday incident. Police say a suspect was observed doing a switch with already used lottery tickets for unused ones, and that the suspect was in the store for only 6 minutes and he had taken the scratch-off tickets. Police reported that the clerk was distracted by the suspect and the switch was made. 2 tickets worth around $100 were taken, and it is thought that the suspect in question also is credited with a similar theft at the Checker store in Dale. Ferdinand police were advised by the Spencer County Sheriff's Department of the theft in Dale. The investigation is ongoing as police work to spread the information to other local businesses that sell lottery tickets. Police say no charges have yet been filed in the case. Jasper police were kept busy on Sunday, arresting 2 women following a report of an impaired driver. 26-year-old Lorena Castro of Dale was arrested Sunday evening for an OWI after the Jasper Police Department responded to the report of an impaired driver. Police from Jasper made contact with Castro and her passenger, 25-year-old Brenda Juarez, at the Southside Holiday Liquors just before 9 p.m. last night. Castro had a blood alcohol content of 0.184%. She was transported to the DuBois County Security Center where she was lodged for a charge of operating while intoxicated. Police say that Juarez, the passenger, was extremely uncooperative, and even after being told that she was free to leave, she remained on the scene shouting and cursing at officers. Police reported that she did not leave even after being advised of disorderly conduct, and that while an officer was searching the vehicle, Juarez, the passenger, attempted to gain entry into the vehicle after being told that she could not at that time. Police say another officer attempted to stop her and a struggle ensued during which the officer's fingers were shut in the car door. Juarez was taken into custody and transported to the DuBois County Security Center. She is facing preliminary charges of battery of a public safety officer, that's a level 6 felony, resisting law enforcement, a class A misdemeanor, and disorderly conduct and public intoxication, both class B misdemeanors. Jasper police are seeking the public's assistance as they investigate a hit-and-run incident that took place sometime last week. Police say sometime between noon last Tuesday, March 13th, and 1 o'clock this past Saturday afternoon, an unknown red vehicle struck and damaged a 2017 silver Chevy Malibu in the emergency room parking lot at Jasper's Memorial Hospital. Police say the Malibu had damage to the front right wheel well. Police ask that anyone who may have additional information regarding this accident to please give them a call at 812-482-2255. That's 482-2255, or call the department's anonymous tip line at 812-482 COPS, 482-COPS. Indiana conservation officers are investigating a Pike County off-road vehicle accident that involved 6 juveniles, resulting in 2 being hospitalized. The 2 four-wheelers being driven collided, rolled, and ejected all 6 occupants. One of the juveniles involved was taken to Davies Community Hospital with head and arm injuries. Another was taken to Memorial Hospital in Jasper and treated for road rash and a wrist injury. The accident occurred late Saturday afternoon when one of the ORVs being operated slowed down and the operator of the second ORV followed it, failing to realize the first ORV was slowing. The second off-road vehicle ran into the back end of the first one. The juveniles involved ranged from ages 13 to 15, and none of them were wearing helmets or safety gear. 100 years ago, the land grant system made its mark in DuBois County. Ken Eck, Ag and Natural Resources Educator for Purdue Extension in DuBois County, explains.
1918 is the start of extension for DuBois County. Before that, Purdue University, as the land grant college, developed things for the whole state of Indiana. And we had farmers events before that, but we didn't really have staff here in Indiana, in the counties, to help get people organized to do what they needed for DuBois County. Starting back then, we had all kinds of things. The main things we worked on were trying to help the mainly rural populations back then. I think that the numbers were like 98.5% of the people were in some kind of a farm or rural setting. Maybe you lived in a small Portersville or Schnellville or someplace like that, but it's still very, very rural in nature. So the goal was to try to go out, help people with their families. You didn't have good roads. You didn't have a lot of communications like you do nowadays, no telephones, no internet. So there was no way to get information out there. So you'd be on a small farm with a large family, and our goal was to get things on home economics, which means taking care of the home, health, how to prepare and how to save food so you've got it for the winter months, how to grow the food with the farmers and the rural gardens we had. We were introducing mechanization shortly after the war. World War I was a big event there, so we were kind of getting into that. And just trying to find ways to get people to work together to pool their resources and to get information out to them. So we'd come out back in 1918, my predecessor back then would walk out, work with a group of farmers that might be interested in dairy cows over in the Holland area, or maybe tomato packing up in the Portersville or the Celestine area or around the Jasper area, or maybe strawberries in the Huntingburg area. And those farmers would have some of the community cooperatives that we started back then. Some of those have changed into things like the Far Best or maybe Aaron Strawberries, if you remember that years ago. Those were kind of the groups that came from the farmer groups that started way back 100 years ago and in through the 20s and 30s and 40s.
Saturday morning, a group of citizens met for the annual meeting of Purdue Extension of DuBois County. The group was given a little history lesson about the program's start and value. Jan Dugan, Health and Human Sciences educator, talks about how the work started 100 years ago and continues today with a slightly different approach.
When we think about Purdue Extension here in DuBois County, and we know that we've been here for 100 years, and back in 1918, the work that we were doing to address community issues is the same kind of work we're doing today in 2018. However, the way that we do our work has changed because people have changed. We have technology today that we can utilize to reach people with research-based information. The issues have changed in some respect, but yet there are some issues, especially in health and human sciences, that we are still facing. We still talk about food, money, health, and family, and those are issues that Purdue Extension is here still 100 years later to address in our community.
You can become involved in Purdue Extension by volunteering with the many 4-H programs, joining an extension club in your area, attending a workshop or program presented by Extension, or simply calling their office to find out what sort of bug is eating your tomatoes. As part of Severe Weather Preparedness Week, now through March 24th, Indiana broadcast stations will participate in a statewide tornado drill Tuesday as part of a Severe Weather Preparedness Week, as will 18 WJTS. The National Weather Service test of the statewide emergency alert system will take place at 10:15 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time, that's 9:15 Central Time, and will be issued for about 15 minutes. Severe Weather Preparedness Week and Tuesday's tornado test drill help to ensure that the statewide Indiana Emergency Alert System network is operating properly and is ready to respond in the event of a tornado warning in the state. In the event of severe or inclement weather, the test will be rescheduled and held on Wednesday. There will not be an evening exercise this year. Also, the DuBois County Emergency Management Agency says your assistance and participation in this annual exercise will help them improve their tornado preparedness and severe storms awareness programs and plans. They say the goal is to prevent, if possible, or at least reduce the potential number of deaths from injuries from tornadoes and other severe storms this season. For more information, please contact Tammy Humpert or Gary Fritz at the DuBois County Emergency Management Agency. Their number, 812-482-2202. That's 482-2202. The DuBois County Solid Waste District is holding a Twilight Tuesday event for residents unable to use District Process Center services during the regular daily public hours. Twilight Tuesday will be held Tuesday, March 20th from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. Items normally accepted at the Process Center will be accepted during this time, with the exception being that the large item dumpster will not be open for use. Items accepted at the Process Center include electronics, TVs, small appliances, household hazardous waste materials, fluorescent bulbs, cooking oil, large metal items, large plastics, and tires. Information on acceptable items can be found at www.duboiscountyrecycles.org. That's duboiscountyrecycles.org. And then searching the 3R Waste Wizard, or by calling the district at 812-482-7865, 482-7865. Residents are responsible for unloading their own items and should bring a helper if unable to do so themselves. Twilight Tuesday is for DuBois County residents only. No businesses are asked to participate, and residents are asked to reserve this event for those who are unable to come during normal weekday public hours of 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. All regular fees apply. Cards are not accepted. The District Process Center is located at 1103 South 350 West in Jasper. More details are on their Facebook page. This past weekend was another fun celebration in Ireland of St. Patrick's Day. The annual St. Patrick's Day parade on Sunday saw over 40 entries, and the weather was beautiful. Ireland St. Patrick's Day parade winners were, for floats, first place, number 31, Tim Lampert for sheriff. Second place, number 14, Amy Kippenbrook for county clerk. Third place, number 20, Community of Celestine with their water tower squirting water out. And fourth place were the Mayors of the Day float featuring the Mayors of the Day, Rich and Betty Edwards. That was sponsored by Leeds Samples and Fulfillment, which also received the Best Irish Theme. And the most enthusiastic was awarded to number 27, the Ivy Manor. Now please stay tuned. Weather, sports, and WJTS Inform are still to come.